The level and quality of care available and provided to our elderly, vulnerable people and those with disabilities is a vital issue, and I welcome the opportunity to speak on this today, and I thank the Women's Caucus Group for that. As Sinn Féin spokesperson for older people, I am very aware of the difficulties our older, more vulnerable citizens experience accessing health home care, especially in rural areas, Minister. Ireland has the fastest ageing population in Europe. 15% are 65 and over, and with that percentage, it is predicted to grow to 26% by 2051. We need adequate services now for our older, vulnerable and less abled people in health and home care, and community services to allow them to live their lives to the fullest extent possible. We do not have those services. Instead, Minister, at the risk of repeating myself, we have a recruitment retention crisis in healthcare workers, difficulty assessing community care, overcrowded hospitals, bed shortages in hospitals and nursing homes, over-reliance on private sector for care provision, no right as of yet for a care partner, insufficient home for housing adaptation funding. And Minister, I'm dealing with a lady in my constituency at the moment who's 8 weeks waiting on a carer. She's down to about 3 stone and has nobody to look after. It's an absolute disgrace. Minister, you have been in government in one capacity or another for the past 12 years. These issues have only gotten worse, not better. It is beyond farcical that this government effectively, at Caintlado Vale, supported the living wage motion for care workers this year, only to do a U-turn and cut funding to home help hours to cover the cost. We need a government who will prioritise a system that cares for all of us as we age, now and for future generations. Sinn Féin in government would commit to building a fit-for-purpose health service to provide care our older and vulnerable citizens need, whether through enabling them to live independently for longer in their own homes, with adaptation grants that will make their own homes to the standard it should be, or home care, or in residential home care. In residential care, that is their preference if that's the case. A mandatory living wage to include work-related travel expenses to combat the recruitment crisis in home care, and we're aware that not all people are getting the wage. Funding improved access to social and community supports. More hospital beds to ease the pressure on hospitals. Change is needed, change is coming, Minister, and Sinn Féin is that change.